right? Smiling, shaking hands, and looking good, you're anchoring. Remember the concept of anchoring I talked about? Is you're anchoring good feelings into this person. And that was one of the miraculous things about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is that he would be able to take and make everyone feel so good. You know, there's a Sahabi, he says, each one of us thought the Prophet is our best friend. Each one of us thought the Prophet is his best friend because of the attention the Prophet gave, the way he smiled, the way he was the first one to grab the person's hands, the way he smiled, the way he talked, the way he listened. All of that was like, man, there's no one like this guy. This guy is like, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this guy is different. There's no one in my database like this guy, right? And no one in my first 1/10 of a second like this guy. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, obviously, when you study in the hadith of Shama'il al-Tirmizi, for example, the khuluq of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, obviously the Prophet looked very beautiful. I mean, this is one thing that we have to consider, that how beautiful he must have looked, or how handsome he must have looked, for the type of, the way he was able to win the people's hearts, right? Obviously, the way he looked had a big impact. It wasn't a repulsive sight. It was a very welcoming sight, okay? And I'm going to talk about this, let me just finish about the smile. So, when you smile at another person, his mirror neurons light up and cause him to mimic that smile immediately, in some cases even against his will. And once he has smiled, his body rewards him with neurochemicals of happiness. Physiologically, a smile tells our brains that we are safe and that we can relax. So when you smile, when these muscles move, they tell the brain what? You're safe, you're at peace. So when somebody's met Rasulullah, right, and he does it sincerely, right, and this is something we're just beginning to understand now, which is we've always studied the brain individually. But now we're beginning to study the brain, how the brain works when the brains are working collectively. And literally, there's this thing that he's calling it mirror neurons, where there's like this Wi-Fi, literally, that goes on from one brain to another brain. Scientists aren't sure if it's really Wi-Fi or it's through the eyes or how it gets registered, but exactly what one person does affects how the other person reacts, even in body language. And there's this silent, you say so many things in words, but a lot more is said in actions, right? And the body is reading both the words as well as the actions. Okay, so let me just sit down for a second. Uh-oh.